Hey everybody, I just wanted to go over some of the kind of, I guess, art projects I've done this month with this month's Cocoa Daisy kit. I posted on the Facebook group some of what I had done for last month, for November, but I wanted to just show what I've done. Process videos are hard for me because I'm not very good at editing, so I typically just do start to finish one video. So I'm going to show what I did, kind of tell what I used, and then go from there. So the first two things I did this month are these two tags. This one is just a die cut and then some of the enamel dots, and then I just wrote this quote because I really liked it. This is not my favorite card I've done. I used one of these daubers, I guess you could say. And then I can't remember what color. Actually, I think I wrote it down. I did. The Stampabilities Pigment Ink Pad in turquoise. And that's from Hobby Lobby. So that's what I used just for the edges. And I did the same thing with the die cut because the die cut was a stark white and I didn't want stark white, and I had done a little bit in the middle. So you can see the difference in the white versus, maybe you can't, but anyway, it's not completely white. It's got a little bit of the blue on it. So that's the first tag I did. And then this one, I just used die cuts and some enamel dots. I did use enamel dots on this die cut just to be like ornaments. And then I just used the stamp set that I used is from Lemon Grove in 2019. It's the Alpha stamp set. And then I used this Ranger Tim Holtz Distress Ink in Vintage Photo, and then the dauber to go around the edges. Again, you can see I went around the edges of the tree as well. And then I used that same ink pad to stamp the label here, the Alpha. So that's the second tag I did. And then the Memory Decks cards I did for this month. Okay, that's just not wanting to stay still. There we go. So my monthly Decks card, I did use, of course, I used the calendar card from the pocket card kit. Pocket cards, whatever. Then I used some enamel dots, and then I used the Puffy Alphas from this month, just to put DEC. And then this Christmas stamp and this snowman are die cuts. And then I used just the, what do they call it? This is really old. I've been using it forever. It was from, see how ugly that is? How old it is. From the Dollar Tree, the foam mounting tape. It looks totally different now, I know, because I've had this for years. So I used that to raise the snowman and the Christmas, and then I used the pink enamel dots as his buttons because I had already used my red ones for the tree. And actually, I kind of like the pink. It makes it, you know, a little softer. So that's the monthly decks I did. Then, like I said in my previous video, my husband and I went on vacation the first week, so we took some selfies while we were there. Or I did. I made him do it, bless his heart. So this one was at the Beef Jerky Experience at the Island with Bigfoot. So I just labeled it Bigfoot. And again, like I said, on all my Memory Decks cards, I put the date that I actually do, that I make the card there. And then this was the date that the picture was taken. These Memory Decks cards are really just very simple. This month I didn't really get way into over decorating these memory ones, just because I wanted the focus to be on the picture. I got something there. So this was another one we took. Now, this piece of, this piece, and this piece are all from the rub-ons for this month. And then I just took a permanent, a Sharpie, the little thin one, and made the stitches all the way around. And then I just put, you know, the Island, December 4th. And this stamp is from this month's scrapbook kit. And then I used the black VersaFine ink. This is typically my go-to ink pad for most of it. So that was all I did for that one. Just pretty simple. Now the other two things that actually there's three, so let me start with these. Every month, all the kits that I get so many of, hang on, let me find where I've got one. Hang on, let me find it. Lord, if that was a snake, it'd have bit me. It was sitting right on top of everything. Because I put it there so that I would have it to show you. This is what the die cuts come in. So, up until last year or a few months, I can't remember how long we've been using, or how long how long Cocoa Daisy's been using just this plain one. For every month, they use the same backer card. Prior to that, they actually had backer cards that matched the month. But this saves them money, absolutely. But I end up having so many of these cards because I combine all of my die cuts into one container. Except for the vellum ones, I don't. This is comes with gum in it, and then I commandeer them from my son because he chews all the gum and I get the container. So I just put all the months when it's here, and it just goes in my pan over there. So I wanted to do something with these because I have so many of them, and every month I have at least 3 of them. 2 of them that are kind of extra because, like I said, I combine them, and then at the end of the month I put all of them back into one. So I end up with extras. So I didn't want to use this side because you can see it's slick. So I used this side and made these 2 cards. So this one is really very simple. Again, I used the Distress ink and the dauber to go around the edge and kind of antique it. This and this is one of the vellum stickers that I cut in half just to add a little something. This is a rub-on. This is one of the vellum stickers. This is up from the stamp set, from the memory keeping kit. So this is the stamp set. I say memory keeping kit. I'm sorry, scrapbook kit. So this is the stamp set that I used. So that was the first one that I did. So I liked it. And then I wanted to do something just different because I had this other picture that I had accidentally printed out 2 of for my memory keeping that I was doing. So I had an extra picture I wanted to do something with. So I used the stamp set from December. That didn't focus, did it? From December of 2022, Frost and Frolic from the Modern Memory Keeping kit. I used the stamp for that, and it just had this word December. So I took that, and I took 3 of the little mini stamp pads that we've gotten from Cocoa Daisy in the past. One is this deeper red color, and then a black, and then a silver. So I took it and I just stamped this whole thing with red, and then I did the same thing, and I would stamp a couple of times so it's different intensities of red. See, like this one, it was probably like a 3rd stamp. And then the same thing with black, and the same thing with the silver. And then I took, because I wanted something different, so I took just a nail file and kind of went around the edges and kind of over the top just really lightly. Now I have been using just sticker paper, so it's not actually photo paper that I'm doing these on, so it's sticker paper, so it you know, acts like paper. And then I ran my fingers over it, and the silver came off on my fingers. So I took my packing tape, just Scotch packing tape, you know, the thicker, wider. I thought I had it around here somewhere. I don't know what I've done with it now. And just went over the whole top, so almost like laminating it. But when I was done with that, I was like, that's kind of boring. So this sticker, this little clip, is one of the stickers that we got this month. There's clips and pins and all kinds of things, but it really looks like, you know, I pinned the picture with that clip. So I really like that. That's actually one of my favorite things I've done for all of these art things. I really, really like this. Now, the last two things that I have, I started years ago, actually, doing just kind of art journaling somewhat. I got this, so my husband and I like Olight flashlights. So as one of the free gifts, they sent this notebook to my husband. Well, I promptly commandeered it. It came with all this paper in it. And so I took one of these sheets of paper and just made pages from this cardstock. So I'm going to flip through it real quick and just show you what I've done so far. So, and I was intending to do one for every month, so that's why some of the pages are skipped. Because see, like this is 2022. So there was January, February, March, April, May. And then I had intended to go and do some of those, but it didn't work out. So now I've got November of 2022 and then blanks because, again, I had planned to go back and do one for each month. So this was June, which, you know, if you were doing January, February, March, April, this would have been June. And then I went from June of 2023 to November of 2024. So this is the one I did for last month for this book. And the rest of them are blank. So that's the booklet that this card will go into. So what I'm going to do actually is all of these I'm going to put up on my bulletin board just to have for the rest of the month. And then at the end of the month, I will actually put them like into the book, and these will go into my memory decks holder. Not sure what I'm doing with tags yet, or these. So I was thinking about just punching these and putting them in my book. I don't know yet though. So that's this. Now the last one that I've done, I have this Traveler's Notebook size from Recollections, which is Michael's, from a long time ago, and it's just blank pages inside. No grid, no nothing. And I started, there's my very first one, in May of 2021, because I intended it to be just a complete art journal. Well, then I switched it up kind of, and I'm just doing Cocoa Daisy in here. And this I had done directly onto that page, and I didn't want to pull it out, so it's just going to live there. So I'll flip through the pages that I've done, because honestly, I'm just randomly going through and picking a blank page and sticking the paper to it. So this is from July of 2022. And that was my first entry. There's nothing there. This was last month's. So November. And see, I just took my stamp because it was this was a die cut. And I just put the date that I did this on there as a stamp, like a book stamp like you would do. And then the name of the kit, which is chapters. And then I added a quote: "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads only lives one." So I added that. And then just, this actually I think was one of the 3x4 cards that I trimmed down. So there's that one. Alright, so, and then this was one from November of 2021. And I used some of the enamel dots, but that month they weren't flat. They were more like beads. So you can see over here it's like pushing through some of the paper. Not my best decision, but I'm sticking with it. So, what's the next one? This one was from June of 2023. Just a kind of like a collage thing. This was May of 2021. And last but not least was December of 2021. I just did all the washi tape, and then a piece of the paper, I just tore it and stuck it on there. So not anything real in depth, but that's that booklet. And this is the card or the page that I made for this month. So I used one of the die cuts, and then this actually is one of the vellum pieces from the booklet. The little booklet, where is it? Hang on, let me look. I know it's in here. I say I know it's in here. This. So I used that and found that one of Santa and just added it like it was on the clipboard. So, and then again, I used that same stamp that I used on this card. But here I used the vintage photo, that brown color again. I didn't want black because nothing else on here was really black, but again, you know, I went around the edges with that same color. So these are my memory keeping, my art stuff for this month so far. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.